First up, Happy New Year. Hope 2023 will be a better year overall than last year. And yeah, just like always, this is my updated gaming room tour. First, an overall shot, I guess. Whee! And one of the newest additions is a old widescreen television that I primarily use for my classic Xbox or original Xbox. It doesn't really matter how you say it. It's pretty big and it is freaking heavy. And like always, this is sort of the main area where the HD consoles are. The biggest change is I sold my Nintendo Switch. As you can see, I don't have the Switch anymore. And I just didn't really play it. So last year, I was like, whatever, I'll just sell it. But I still have the Super Nintendo Mini. Up here are a lot of collector's editions and Play Asia stuff. Got a PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 controller completely sealed in box. These are the limited run games that I have for PS4. And these are sort of the indie games that I have for the PS4. The exclusives, of course not these ones. These are just collector's editions that I like to display. But here are all the exclusive games. And the Japanese games. And all the way down are the Western games, all my fighting games. And here is the Western games. So I got a lot of PS4. And last year, there was definitely a battle between PS4 and PlayStation 2. At a certain point, I got way more PS2 games than PS4. And sort of at the middle and the end of last year, I started to collect for PS4 a little bit more. And the PS4 got more games, but I got a couple of bundles of PS2 games. So PS2 now is ahead quite a while. So this shelf I specifically designed for PS4. As you can see, the wood is a lot more thicker because these games are very heavy. It's also a little bit longer, so it supports the weight. I freaking hate game rooms, and I apologize if you have one of those. I understand why, but I hate game rooms where this is like all bent because of the weight. I hate it. I cannot stand that. So yeah, here are a few of my PS1 games. My original PS2 that I saved up like a year and a half to get. Here are some PS1 games and some PS2 games. This is the first PS2 game I ever played. But yeah, the PlayStation 2. Here is the first section of PS2. Here are like all the normal games, you could say, Sly 1, 2, 3, Ratchet & Clank games, the God of War games, SOCOM, all the Samurai Warrior games, I think I have them all the Kessen games, all the Dynasty Warrior games, all my fighting games. I got some, these are not the fighting games, I apologize. These are the fighting games. I think this one or this one is really expensive. But yeah, don't really care. Just all the PS2 games. And here are all sort of the racing games I have for PS2. Up here is my freaking awesome Gundam Unicorn displayed. This is of course my television, nothing really special. PS4 Pro and my original PS4. And this section is, one of my favorite sections in my game room. It's the Japanese import one. Got some pretty nice PS2 imports. A lot of fighting games, arcade games, shmubs. Got Dodonpachi. But lately I haven't really been collecting for Japanese imports. This is sort of the entrance of the game room with Ratchet & Clank poster. And this is basically unchanged. Some displays. So this is sort of the newly, it's about 2 years old, retro section. I have changed a couple of things. This is my really cool heater because energy prices, gas prices are here insane. So electric heating is way better. Here I got my PlayStation 1. In terms of PS1, this is the only game I got last year. I really do want to collect more for PS1 though. I completely played and beaten Diablo 1 last year for like the 400th time. Because I love Diablo. I really need to play this one. And this one too, by the way. So, in terms of how special and legendary and iconic the PlayStation 1 is, this is my most undervalued system. I personally believe that, you know, I should have way more PS1 games, and especially way more better quality titles for PS1 than that I actually have. So, who knows? Maybe this year it will be more of the PlayStation 1. Now, this is actually, let me get you better close. This is sort of new, because my PS2 collection is growing so fast last year, I couldn't fit it there. So this was actually the PSP section. This shelf was specifically designed for PSP, and this shelf was sort of designed for the Switch / I didn't know what to put here. And last year I was just looking at it, I'm like, hey, this is actually a perfect place for the PSP. And because I got so many PS2 games, let's put in all the sort of rare and Japanese games in here, making this retro corner sort of really retro with PS1, PS2, PSP, and PS3. So I got a lot of really rare games last year. Makenschau, Blood Will Tell, Hunting Grounds. I got these two in a bundle with a lot of other games. Blood Rain 1 and 2, Drakengard, Project Zero. I got like 60 games for $100 or $150. So you could understand that, yeah, I got it super cheap. I got Hunting Grounds, which was a little bit expensive though, but I really wanted to get this game. Silent Hill, I haven't played this one. I need to play it. This one is great. I was playing Suikoden 5, but I didn't really get into it as I did in Suikoden 1. So I played Onimusha 1 last year, and I really need to complete Onimusha 3. And I need to start Dawn of Dreams. Persona 4 is probably my most expensive game because it is completely sealed. Oop. I still need to get Metal Slug 5. I beat Ape Escape yesterday. Or Ape Escape 2. I still need to play Rygar. I need to play a lot of PS2 games. I missed out on a lot when I was younger. I got StarCraft 2, the Collector's Edition. I tried to sell it, but yeah, I mean, whatever. My PSP, my PSP Go. It's kind of weird because I am so against digital games. Digital-only games and digital-only consoles. But back then, I wasn't that, hard against it. So I did get the PSP Go, and I did play it quite a bit at work. But once I sort of starting to realize more like, hey, digital games are not so good, I completely abandoned it. And I think the PSP Go is pretty expensive. I'm not entirely sure. So this is my PSP collection. This is by far an incredible system. I have extreme nostalgia for the PSP, but most of the games I've never played. I'll be completely honest. Most of the game, I got Trails in the Sky Collector's Edition, the American version, completely in seal. I did play East though. East 7 is amazing. And Phantasy Star Portable, that game is great too, and I played a lot of Metal Slug, but compared to the amount of RPGs that I have for this system, I got Hexiforce. These are really expensive games, and a lot of them are completely sealed because I am not a handheld gamer. completely not a handheld gamer. Just I cannot play an RPG for 60 hours on a handheld. However, I do have the cable that connects the PSP to a television. So last year I did play Final Fantasy IV quite a bit. The complete edition. I will need to beat a game. My original PS3 still works. Still freaking works. Backwards compatible, my PS3 Slim, a spare Street Fighter 4. But yeah, PS3, the system that I talk about a lot of hate about in in a couple of years, but since last year that changed. I played a lot of PS3 last year, and I started to sort of appreciate it a lot more as what it is. The collection edition of Demon Souls, I think this is worth like a couple of $100. However, mine, as you can see, the colors are faded. I don't know why though. None of my games are faded, but this one is, so it sucks. Yeah, Blaze Blue. And a couple of sort of the PC games that I played as a kid. Diablo, Diablo 2, and of course, freaking StarCraft. This is my old car. This is me, and this is my mom. But yeah, Rise of Nations. Freaking amazing game, by the way. I love it. Okay, and this is the last part, at least for the collection. And the Xbox 360. I almost have a complete exclusive Xbox 360 collection for the games that I want. And I do play on the 360 quite a bit. I have beaten Magna Carta 2 last year. I was playing Lost Odyssey. I still need to play Blue Dragon. I've heard so many good things about that game. 99 Nines, the original one. I was so jealous when this game was exclusive to the 360. And it's a really cool game. It's really hard though. It's really hard. And of course, Dead or Alive 4 and the Extreme Beach Football. I actually play a lot of Supreme Commanders and Command & Conquer free on the 360. Believe it or not. Xbox, you know, the best time, the golden age of gaming, to me personally, was by far PS2, GameCube, and the original Xbox. And I wanted to collect more for the Xbox last year, but I was buying so much PS2 stuff that I did not buy a single Xbox game. Or did I? I think I bought Genma Onimusha. That's the only one. But I did completely beat Dead or Alive 3. I really need to play House of the Dead. And I was really looking forward to playing this, and I only tried it out a little bit, and that's it. But yeah, some stuff. This is my old dogs. Well, the dogs of my parents, but you know, they're all dead. Some Gundams, and these are all my tools to open up my consoles and clean them out and whatnot. Batteries for the Xbox 360, and then we have clock batteries or just smaller batteries that I use for the clock battery for PS2 and whatnot. This is basically the same with the Final Fantasy posters. And this is my display case with the tall neck of Horizon. Some PS2s. This is a Japanese import. This is my original PS2. Still works. Still works. And this... Now, the biggest change in this corner are definitely that I finally put up some wall scrolls, and I got a really cool flag of PlayStation because, let me show you this. This is like the other side of my house, the room, all windows, nothing than windows, and to me personally, that was really boring. So I'm like, I wanted to build a wall here, but. That takes up a lot of time, and I have even no idea if it's even possible. So I hung up some wall scrolls, and it does look way better. This is, of course, my gaming corner, my retro corner, and you could say, hey, but where is your CRTV? Yeah, that is sort of, yeah. I have one, a really small one here. And this is the really expensive and rare PS2 TV. But I mostly play all my retro systems on here. I got the PlayStation 2 Slim, works perfectly fine. And I have an HD to PS2 cable that works pretty good. It's not perfect, but it works pretty good. And I sometimes play PS2 games on my launch PS3. Still works. Some magazines, 360. I actually got a spare PS3, backwards compatible. I got it for like 20 bucks 2 years ago. I'm entirely sure. So this is my updated video of my gaming room tour. Nothing that special. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and like always, you're gonna see me next time.